Ever wondered how Harrigan became a literary legend? Let's dive into his story together. Every word from Mr. Harrigan sparks inspiration for Craig, like wisdom from a high seat. Craig, curious about Harrigan's past, quickly typed his name into the computer. But he soon realized that life wasn't as simple for this wealthy man. Craig sensed a deep loneliness within Harrigan. Innocent Craig always wanted to spread warmth. Every holiday, he'd send Harrigan a card, and in return, he'd receive a letter. These letters often came with a little surprise, and 5 years zipped by, during which Craig formed his own understanding of books. Occasionally chatting with Harrigan, Craig's little village didn't even have a high school for him to attend. All Craig could do was take the school bus to town. Right after getting off, all the students schooled him on the unspoken rules, advising him to watch his back. The cafeteria stood as a prestigious venue where solely mobile phone users were permitted to dine. At that very moment, the first iPhone had just been released. Craig was puzzled as to how so many people in town had iPhones. Often, things just didn't go as planned. Craig didn't want trouble, but trouble came knocking. Kenny demanded he follow him to the restroom to polish his shoes. Fortunately, a teacher made an appearance. Craig attempted to cover up for Kenny, thinking he was being smart, not realizing that his first day in high school would turn out to be so intricate. Back home, Craig asked his dad for a phone, just in case he needed to call for help in an emergency. His dad shrugged it off, saying the village was so small that everyone would pitch in if there was a need. But the events at school lodged deep in his heart like a thorn. That evening, Craig was reading the dirt book to Harrigan when he was suddenly interrupted. Craig was puzzled, thinking maybe Harrigan didn't like hard workers. Not at all. I mean, I love working smart. You've got to be talented to get by. Don't ask what you need, just pinpoint your targets. During the talk, Craig voiced a nagging question: what if someone bullied Harrigan? But Harrigan merely replied with a single word: embarrassment. Christmas rolled around quickly. Craig gifted his dad a vest while he received a present from Harrigan. Unwrapping Harrigan's gift reveals, you guessed it, another lottery ticket. This time he was in for a surprise. I won. Really? How much? You won't believe it, $10 million. $3,000. There's no way Dad's gift could beat Harrigan's. Dad got him an iPhone. It's the first iPhone, worth $499. Definitely not a competition there. Craig immediately called Harrigan. Upon hearing Craig won, Harrigan remained surprisingly chill. Yep, happy birthday. With a new phone, Craig's school status skyrocketed. He strutted into the cafeteria and immediately caught a girl's eye. One day, Craig visited Harrigan to read, and as he was leaving, Harrigan asked why he persisted for 5 years, rain or shine. Craig thought about it. Maybe it was just a habit, but Harrigan felt that wasn't a strong enough reason. Craig's heartfelt words touched Harrigan. Today's chat made him realize Harrigan had always helped him. As a friend, Craig wanted to give back to Harrigan, not just through reading, but by taking action. He approached his dad to discuss his plan for the $3,000 jackpot. Though they initially intended to use the money for Craig's college fund, Craig wanted to take out $500 to buy Harrigan a phone. When Craig met Harrigan, he excitedly offered the phone, but Harrigan refused at once, especially upon hearing it was bought with lottery money. But after seeing the stock page, Harrigan changed his tune. It was flooded with information. All real-time information. Harrigan quickly searched for that day's newspaper, only to find the news was a day late. Harrigan couldn't help but acknowledge his narrow-mindedness and decided to keep the phone. Craig then taught Harrigan how to use the phone and had him jot down Craig's number. However, after using it for a while, Harrigan realized the news on the phone was all free. That free model left him worried. If someone controlled the internet, they controlled the masses. At that moment, Craig didn't grasp the significance. Over time, he finally understood Harrigan's foresight. Harrigan couldn't put the phone down. Craig initially felt discontent and slammed the book shut. As Craig handed Harrigan a checkbook, he noticed an oxygen tank in the corner and felt concerned. But Harrigan assured him he was fine, that thing was just a backup. A few days passed, and Craig noticed a change in Harrigan's demeanor. When Craig visited Harrigan again, he found him attached to an oxygen tube, silent and still. Craig gently nudged Harrigan when suddenly his phone rang. Craig anxiously nudged Harrigan again, sensing something was terribly wrong. When checking Harrigan's breathing, Craig realized he was no longer breathing. Despite everything, Craig called for help, his mind racing as he waited.